Hey y'all, it is about 11 o'clock at night, and I definitely wanted to give my opinion on the Shea Moisture fiasco that happened today and basically since Thursday. So, I'm gonna see if I can play some of the video first so that you can listen to the ad.
People would like throw stuff in my hair, and then I'd just be walking and there'd be like little paper balls in my hair. I hated it because it's like, oh, I have this, and people make fun of me for it.
It was lots of days staring in the mirror like, I don't know what to do with it.
I just didn't feel like I was supposed to be a redhead. I dyed my hair blonde for 7 years of my life, platinum blonde.
I didn't really embrace my natural hair. But then, as I got older, I learned how to do it, and I learned how to love it. Shea Moisture, holy grail right here.
It just gives us all the results that we need. It's kind of that go-to product.
I think a good hair day is the best kind of day. I feel like I have conquered the world.
I love my hair. I love the volume. I love the curl. I love the texture. I love everything about it. Everything about it.
Everybody
gets love.
So we didn't even have a seat at the table. As you can see, their entire top level for marketing, brand strategy, and social media is white women. I am confused, not surprised, but a little confused. But this is what happens when we have white women running a black brand. The egocentric overtone of a white woman and how hair hate equates to a bad hair day. It doesn't. It just doesn't. I want to reiterate there are laws against black women's natural texture hair. And that wasn't represented in this video. But the ad basically was for all hair types, for everyone, is how they were saying. But they forgot to include the 4 type hair, the 4A, B, or C type hair. And I'm going to show you the little hair charts that you know, but there's basically, there's hair 1 through 4. And 4 is African American hair. Like, you can be an African American and have 3 type hair, but you can't be a white person and have like 4 type hair, if that makes sense. And they completely forgot us or excluded us. I want to say forgot. They completely excluded us. And that is an issue. Why? Because 1, your target markets, your target audience, the people that have been there from the beginning, you never forget that. As a marketer, these are lessons we can learn. 1, you never forget your target audience, which is black people, black hair, and you forget the group that only black people are in. What? Then hair hate. I kind of felt some trolling on that. First of all, the black girl that they used, I don't know if she's 100% black, meaning both of her parents are black, or if she has a non-black parent, and she fits the bill either way. So her hair was definitely type 3. And she was saying that she didn't like her hair, but in the black community, her hair was hair goals. So that's a slight troll. So you slightly troll that someone who's quote unquote hair goals in the black community is hair hate. Like, no, it's not. And you miss the group that a lot of black people are in, confused. Then you have white women with hair hate. First of all, hair hate is real. There are laws that prohibit black people from wearing their hair in their natural texture. In certain work environments, it's okay to not hire someone if they wear their hair in a natural afro, natural texture, or locks. There have been people that have been told, your hair is going to be a distraction or liability for your clients that were lawyers. Like, hair hate is real, and you have some blonde hair lady say she has hair hate. Like, you're doing too much. You're trying to expand your horizon, but also using something that's very touchy with someone that doesn't have the same laws against their natural texture. It doesn't make sense. It didn't make sense, which is why it was pulled. What I think they could have done better, if they, in my opinion, had a lady with 4C type hair. She could have been light skinned, she could have been dark skinned, she could have been brown skinned. It didn't really matter what her color was. It was more so her hair type. The hair type needed to be there. 2, I think personally, if they wanted to expand, they need to kind of take a step into Pantene. Pantene did a great job, in my opinion, with their line for black people, for natural black people. I loved it. It smells good. It works. And they understood that we needed something different than everything. One product cannot work for everyone, so you're either doing one of two things. You either need to come up with a subcategory, that product line that works for white people or for everyone, but keep the products that work, leave their formulas how they are because they work. Or some companies are starting to dilute or change their formulas and now saying they work for everybody. And in the end, they work for nobody. That helps no one. No one at all. And that's where we have an issue now. We were with you shooting in the gym. You were selling on the streets of New York, and we started buying from you, supporting you, spending money with you. Once you got into Walgreens, we were all over it. Walgreens and CVS's and the Dwayne Reeds of the world. And now that you have this big investor, what did you do? Now you're trying to appeal to everyone. And you know that you can appeal to everyone without having your ads saturated with white people. Just kind of how like Maybelline appeals to everyone and everyone buys their mascara, but they'll have a model. Actually in the ad. And majority of the time she's white, but people still know that they can use it. And I think that another issue is that they definitely went to a white agency to do that. And there was probably 1 or 0 black people on the campaign that created the ad because so many issues happened that didn't need to happen and shouldn't have happened and could have been easily fixed. What do I think about their response? I knew that they were going to take that video down. And I knew they were going to issue a response because that's what you're supposed to do as a marketer. But if you look at their Facebook, they went from having a 4.8 review to having a 3 star review on Facebook. They have like over 1,000 people disliked it and gave it a negative review in one day. That's huge. Can they bounce back? I think they can, personally, because they're still majority black owned, but they need to figure out what's going on. I'm not really understanding this. I need to appeal to everyone and everything. Like marketing 101, you need to know your target audience, and you can't really appeal to everyone for everything. Other people can come in and join the party, but I'm talking to someone. I'm not talking to everyone. It kind of gets lost in the sauce as this happened. And I think that they just had a different line that came out that appealed to this new audience great, but you need to always have like black people with black traits, like hair traits, in your videos. That's your target audience. Just like with Garnier always has like one black person, I think one white blonde and one white brunette, and sometimes the brunette will be like some other ethnicity, but that's pretty much what they do. So you need to be like Garnier, but backwards. You need to have 2 black people always in your ads and maybe 1 white, or you can kind of change it around, but that is your target. You don't really see white brands trying to do that. They are unapologetically put white people in unproportionately all the time. So I'm not really understanding where this came from and what is this mess. And it's unfortunate and it's a little upsetting. And to close this off, on Facebook, Candace Rouse Daniels, she said this: imagine if you gave she said this: imagine if you gave everyone everything you had, that everything that you earned and worked for was given to make someone else prosper. And the moment you found a safe place that you thought could be all for you, that you built up and invested in, was bombarded and everyone invaded your space. But the world looks at you as selfish for just wanting some space of your own, even though they already have everything else. That's what this Shea Moisture controversy is about. Black women aren't catastrophizing, the world is minimizing. And I'm just going to end on that note. This is super complex. Anytime you deal with something that has an overall ending or under racial issue, black issue, and you try to bring this like kumbaya, we are all one, we are all human type thing with that underlying issue that disproportionately affects black people, you have this issue. You have this with Shea Moisture where they have white women talking about hair hate. You have Pepsi where they're talking about protesting, but it's white people leading it. It's like you cannot put a white face over a black issue and make it seem like it's okay. I feel like I speak for a lot of people when I say it took me a long time to learn my hair, and then once I learned it, then I was able to love it. But I would be remiss to say that when I was younger, I didn't say, oh, I wish I would have had white hair or mixed hair or straight hair. Like, that's normal because that's what's pushed in our media. And to have that same person that has that type of hair talking about they have hair hate, like, what are you talking about? And please don't dilute our products. Please don't water them down. We need them thick so they can work. Like, please don't change the formula. And if you do, then you'll have another issue. But you see what happens when you deal with issues like that in the black community. And also, one other thing, you really can't mess with the black when your target consumer is black. You really can't afford to have these issues because we will shut it down, and we will shut it down publicly. Black Twitter is real. If you look, there's so many reviews on Facebook about how they're an issue. We're talking about on Twitter. Like, we are vocal people. We are creative people. And it's just something that you want to think about. My issue is, why didn't a survey go out? Why weren't there target market studies? Why wasn't this tested before it was ran? Who is okaying these horrible, horrible ideas without having Black people approve them? I get all these emails for studies and stuff, and I've never gotten anything about anything like this. And this is when they needed it. This is why it matters. Branding matters, target market matters, marketing matters, and advertising matters. This is why. This one ad costs them a lot of money. All right, that's my 2 cents. Talk to you guys later. Bye.